All right, hey, what's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back with you for 9 minutes with me on Facebook, YouTube, and IGTV. Where do you think I am? It's Fish Friday. Pair it with the mac and cheese or the coleslaw and the french fries here at Rosie's Corner. Pizza, wings, pasta, hot, cold subs, you name it. And you can get the delicious salads all out of the cooler. Potato salad, mac salad, grilled chicken salad, you name it. It is happening here at Rosie's Corner. Get on down here right in front of the Brewerton Bridge. If you're in and around Central New York, this place is spectacular. Available on Grubhub. Like them on Facebook and follow them on Instagram for daily news and events as well. Themed food days. It's not just Fish Friday. It's also Meatloaf Monday, Turkey Slop Tuesday, Chicken and Biscuit Wednesday. Get on down here to Rosie's Corner, the official pizza shop and a proud sponsor of the ML Sports Platter. Let's talk Jack Eichel. Holy Moses, is he on fire? Right now, Jack Eichel is the hottest player in the National Hockey League. Last night against the Nashville Predators, the Sabres, they got down early, and I said to myself, you know what? This team, right when they've been playing, kind of a little bit from behind off and on as they've been kind of trying to get out of the rut that they were in and finish November strong. And so far it's been great in December. And the home team in Buffalo, when they play in Western New York, they've been unbelievable as well. They've really become a home team juggernaut. But a lot of the thing that happens when they get down one goal, there's no panic from Ralph Kruger on the bench. He simply sends out the top line, and they start to get things done. And then all the other lines start to grind as well. Last night, in fact, they get the tip goal. Ristolainen gets in deep, and then VC tips it in for the tie. And then Jack Eichel absolutely lasered a puck that I had to watch 8 times because it was so amazing. I rewound it a bunch of times on regular television, and then I also saw it online this morning a bunch of times as well. The shot that Jack Eichel had from the left side where he kind of corralled it and went in and literally sniped it, and if you blinked quickly, you missed it. It was an unbelievable shot. He roofed it over the shoulder. And then he went ahead and scored again, and now the Buffalo Sabres, a team that went 8-1-1 to start the season and then went in a wicked swoon, they've now come back a little bit, and they're a ferocious team and somebody who you don't want to play. Think about all the layers of this thing that have happened since the swoon. Jack Eichel has gone right back to where he was as a player in the NHL who is elite. I'm finally saying it. I'm finally putting him in there. If you listen to me, follow me for a long time, and again, you know how much I respect hockey players. It's I very rarely critique anything with hockey players. I'm so amazed at how the athleticism, speed, skill, balance, all that stuff, skating on a freaking razor blade like that. It's unbelievable how these guys freaking do it. I don't know how they do it. But the reality of the situation is Jack Eichel is now up there. He's got to be up there. I used to have him behind Austin Matthews, behind Connor McDavid, behind Patrick Laine, and behind David Pastrnak and all the rest. And I'm not saying he's quite the Connor McDavid, but if you tell me right now, hey, whip the 10 people right now, the top 10 players in the NHL, Jack Eichel's in there. And to me, the top 10 list in any league is the elite. So I think Jack Eichel has gone up there, and you know how it is. When your team is rolling, your superstar rolling with the team, it makes it that much more rewarding. Then you look at all the other layers of this thing. Rasmus Dahlin on defense is back. Rasmus Ristolainen, I would never trade him at this point unless you got a bona fide number 1 forward like a first liner, perhaps like a Johnny Gaudreau, but that's about all I would do. I would not trade Ristolainen. And here's a guy who at the beginning of the year wanted out. Now he's become a guy who loves his team. He has talked about loving Ralph Kruger. He's talked about loving playing on the power play with the likes of Eichel and Olofsson and Reinhart, or perhaps Olofsson and Eichel and somebody else. This guy is ready to roll, and he has become stronger, faster, his shot's been better and more accurate, and he's getting the puck up the ice super quick. They're super deep at defense, of course, which allows Jason Botterill to make a trade eventually for a frontline winger. And then you look at everything else. I mean, my God, the goaltending, Linus Ullmark, it is now his position as you wait for Pekkanen to kind of come up through the Rochester ranks in the AHL. The Finnish goaltender who the Sabres drafted recently, it appears as though Carter Hutton has completely lost it, not only here, but in terms of his overall hockey skills. Linus Ullmark has played unbelievable. I mean, he kept him in that game last night with some major saves in the first and second periods. And then obviously the rest of those lines, you're kind of just watching these guys in terms of Kyle Okposo playing better, Johan Larsson playing better. That line has been flying around, actually. Larsson's been on fire. And I think Casey Middlestat will still kind of come around a little bit. And then you've got Reinhardt, and you've got Olofsson, and you've got Johansson, and you've got a bunch of other players. VC, who's been playing a lot better. He went through a big part of the year where he didn't even score a goal. Once he scored the first goal, Jimmy Vesey has been rolling lately. The Sabres power play, a lot better movement on it, crossing the puck back and forth, getting the puck on net quickly, getting the puck deep, the defensemen rushing up in a hurry to get things going, and they're also fairly healthy on this team. But again, we can talk about Ullmark, we can talk about the defensemen, we can talk about the depth, we can talk about Ralph Kruger, we can talk about the power play, we can talk about the special teams, we can bring up the balance that they have and how they're built up the middle and all the rest of it. But the reality of the situation is, much like Toronto with Austin Matthews, Edmonton with Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, like Boston and David Pastrnak, like Winnipeg and Patrick Laine, like Chicago still with Patrick Kane and Jonathan Taves, like the Pittsburgh Penguins when healthy Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin, and all the other teams that are led by the face of the franchise, the absolute face of the franchise. When that best player is extremely, extremely hot and playing at an unbelievable level and making everybody else better and is the captain of the hockey team, it is absolutely a 1-2 punch. Think about it. How common is it for teams to play well and their best player is awful, right? You just don't really see it. In the Sabres case, they weren't playing that well, and Eichel was kind of struggling a little bit. People were waiting for him to take the next level. Stunningly enough, this guy has been in the league for 5 years, and a couple of years ago, we're kind of waiting for him to get going. Is he going to take the next step? Is he going to advance the next level? What's going on with Jack Eichel? Is he going to stay healthy? He had the foot injury the day before the season started a few years back. He kind of went, oh my God, it's an ankle injury. This guy's dinged up. He's had injury after injury. At this particular point, Jack Eichel is all the way healthy. He's gotten stronger. He's gotten his contract. He's gotten the captaincy. Sometimes it just takes a little bit longer. And at this point, at the age of 23, I am very happy to say that Jack Eichel is in the elite group of NHL players. He has been absolutely amazing, and now because he's hot, it helps everybody else. The team has less pressure, and it's almost like having a starting pitching ace in Major League Baseball. It's like what just happened with the Yankees getting Garrett Cole. Now you move Severino, Paxton, Tanaka, Happ down in the rotation, and you have your Bulldog to lead the way, and now everybody in every other position has less pressure and can perform in the right spot. So this is huge news for the Sabres. They beat the Predators last night. This is a team now that is back into the playoff window. They haven't made the playoffs since 2011. This team needs to make the postseason at this particular time. They went 8-1-1. They had the swoon. They looked like shit in Sweden. And since that time, they've rebounded. I think that shows that they're a different team than Sabres teams in the past. And it is a great time right now to be a Buffalo sports fan. Now, look, I realize that these teams still, in my opinion, they haven't done shit. The Bills need to make the playoffs. The Bills still need to make a long run of the playoffs. Eventually, the Bills need to have sustainability, and the Sabres need to make the playoffs and have sustainability. But you've got culture built at both places. You have teams that are hovering and in the window for the postseason. You've got faces of the franchise and Josh Allen and Jack Eichel. Phenomenal, exciting time to be a Buffalo sports fan. Now you just want some success this year and sustainability moving forward with the front offices, of course, of Jason Botterill and the Sabres, and then, of course, Brandon Beane with the Buffalo Bills, Sean McDermott and Ralph Kruger as the respective head coaches. And, of course, both teams owned by the Pagulas in Terry and Kim. Jack Eichel, way to go. Elite of the NHL. Hope he keeps it going. Mike Lindsley with you, 9 minutes with me, IGTV, Facebook, and YouTube. Get on down here to Rosie's Corner. Pizza, pasta, cold subs, hot subs, you name it. Theme food days during the week, like Meatloaf Monday and Fish Friday. Delicious stuff. Jason, Jody, and the gang crushing it. Proud sponsor of the ML Sports Platter. As I always tell you, enjoy the games.